It begins with a notification, a small, polite sound, a sound so harmless that no one has ever suspected it may be responsible for the collapse of human productivity. Ping. You have been invited to a meeting, not an important meeting. They never say that. This is a quick sync. 30 minutes, no agenda, 7 attendees, and somehow it is scheduled directly over the only uninterrupted block of time you had left this week to do the job everyone keeps asking you why you have not finished. A quick sync is corporate language for, I have a feeling, but I would like 7 people to validate it before I am emotionally prepared to send an email. You join the call. The organizer is 2 minutes late. Someone says, let's give it another minute for people to join. A phrase which has never meant 1 minute. It means we are now entering the ceremonial waiting period, where everyone stares silently at tiny rectangles of coworkers pretending not to check Slack. Then, at minute 4, someone asks the question that should have been asked before the invitation existed. So, what are we hoping to accomplish today? And just like that, you understand. You are not attending a meeting. You are attending a corporate seance. A group of professionals has gathered around a conference table to summon a decision that nobody is authorized to make. Welcome back to the Workplace Satirist. Today we are examining one of the most expensive rituals in modern business, the meeting that could have been an email. Let us be clear. Not all meetings are bad. Some meetings are necessary. A genuine decision needs a decision maker. A difficult problem sometimes needs a room full of smart people. A crisis may require actual human conversation. But most corporate meetings are not decisions, collaboration, or crisis response. They are calendar-shaped anxiety. They begin when someone realizes they have not thought through a problem. Instead of taking 20 minutes to think, they schedule 30 minutes for everyone else. The corporate problem-solving model: notice problem, invite 8 people, use the phrase brainstorm, leave with more problems, schedule follow-up. This is how a simple question like, should the button be blue, becomes, let's schedule time to align on the user experience implications of color selection. Then someone says, before we make a decision, I think we need more data. Of course we do. Because no corporate decision has ever been made without first commissioning a spreadsheet so large it becomes legally classified as infrastructure. By the time anyone selects the color, the project has been delayed 3 weeks, the budget has doubled, and the button is no longer blue. It is called cerulean trust. Like any ecosystem, the corporate meeting has its native species. Observe carefully. First, we have the dominant alpha talker. This creature does not attend meetings to learn. It attends to ensure the room remains aware that it has thoughts, many thoughts, often the same thought, expressed 4 different ways. The dominant alpha will begin with, just to build on what was already said, then proceed to repeat exactly what was already said, but with a personal anecdote involving a previous company no one has heard of. Next, we find the camouflaged multitasker. The camouflaged multitasker has developed the ability to look deeply engaged while doing absolutely anything else. They have mastered the slow nod, the thoughtful squint, the occasional, that makes sense. Their keyboard is making enough noise to suggest they are taking meticulous notes. They are not. They are messaging a coworker. Are we seriously still talking about this? Then there is the hard stop predator. At exactly 24 minutes into a 30-minute meeting, this person announces, I do have a hard stop at the bottom of the hour. This is not information. This is a warning. It means, I have another meeting where I will also accomplish nothing, and I refuse to be late for it. And finally, the rarest and most powerful creature in the corporate ecosystem, the person who actually asks a useful question. This person asks something dangerous, such as, who is making the final decision? Or, what specifically do you need from us today? The room goes quiet. Because you have violated the ancient law of the meeting, never introduce clarity before the meeting has reached its scheduled conclusion. Now, because we value your time here at the Workplace Satirist, let's do the math. Your meeting has 4 senior managers, 2 directors, 5 analysts, and 1 person from finance who has been invited just in case. That is 12 people. Let's assume, conservatively, that the combined loaded hourly cost of this room is around $1,500 per hour. This meeting is scheduled for 30 minutes. So before anyone speaks, the company has already spent approximately $750. Now, what have we discussed? Whether the slide deck needs more slides, whether the dashboard should be a dashboard or a single source of truth, whether the deadline is realistic, and whether we should have another meeting with the people who are not in this meeting. At minute 28, someone says, "I think we've had a really productive conversation." No, you have had a conversation. Productivity is what happens afterward, in the 9 minutes between this meeting and the next one. And the meeting has not even cost $750. Because now someone has to write the recap. Someone has to organize the action items. Someone has to send the "Great Discussion Today" email. And someone has to schedule the follow-up, because no actual decision was made. The meeting was not 30 minutes. It was a 30-minute pilot episode for a series no one agreed to renew. Let's decode the language. Let's take this offline. Translation: this conversation has become inconveniently specific, and I would like it to disappear where no one can quote me later. Let's circle back. Translation: I do not want to decide this now, but I would like credit for acknowledging that it exists. Let's put that in the parking lot. Translation: we are placing your idea in a metaphorical storage facility where it will remain untouched until the company is acquired. I'll give everyone 10 minutes back. Translation: I did not prepare enough material for the full meeting, but I would like recognition for releasing you from a prison sentence I imposed. Can we socialize this? Translation: I need to quietly find out who will object before I attach my name to it. And the most powerful phrase in all of corporate vocabulary, let's align. Translation: we already disagree, but we are going to keep using a friendly word until the disagreement becomes someone else's problem. So how do you survive? First, ask for the purpose, not aggressively, not dramatically. Just calmly ask, what decision, outcome, or input do we need by the end of this meeting? If no one can answer, congratulations. You have discovered a meeting that should have been an email. Second, ask who owns the decision, because a meeting without a decision owner is just a group project designed by people who hate closure. Third, protect your calendar like it is your actual job, because in many offices it is. Your calendar is not a public park, it is not a community bulletin board, and it is not an all-you-can-eat buffet for anyone experiencing a vague sense of urgency. If someone sends you an invitation titled "Quick Chat," it is acceptable to ask, "What would you like to cover?" You are not being difficult. You are simply requesting the revolutionary concept known as context. And finally, remember this. Meetings are supposed to create momentum. If a meeting creates confusion, delays a decision, generates 3 follow-ups, and leaves everyone with more work but less clarity, it did not create momentum. It created administrative weather. It happened around you. It consumed your afternoon. And somehow, nobody can explain what it was for. The next time someone invites you to a 30-minute meeting with no agenda, no decision maker, and no stated outcome, remember, you are not entering a collaboration session. You are entering a calendar-shaped hostage situation. If you have ever spent an hour in a meeting that ended with, "Let's schedule another meeting," tell us about it in the comments. Let's document the corporate rituals together. Subscribe for more survival guides from the modern workplace. This is the Workplace Satirist, reminding you, if a meeting has no agenda, no decision, and no owner, it is not a meeting. It is a performance review for your patience. Now go reclaim your calendar. Seriously, I know you have 3 invites waiting,